not particularly focused on, lifestyle and diet, overworked. Nutrition was just not something I had time for, prioritised, and certainly fitness wasn't a priority. I felt that I wasn't prioritising myself at all. Before this, I wasn't particularly happy with what I seen when I looked in the mirror and what I thought. I didn't feel particularly confident, and I felt frumpy. I felt my age. And that's significantly changed through the programme. I've always been a yo-yo dieter, so I would put on around I would fluctuate about a stone over sort of my ideal weight, and it would go up and down within that sort of stone. Tried different things over the years, but it would be faddy, but it was always sort of short term, get to the goal, and then I would lose focus and it would creep back on again. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that if I hadn't have started that in January, because of other things that are going on in my life right now, I would have really lost my way this year. It's helped me massively on so many levels. It really gets you to understand nutrition and all of the different elements, and things like Slimming World, what I'd done before, wasn't quite the same as this at all. Really, your relationship to food was quite different, and you're measuring points and things like that. This was all about really truly understanding the different food groups. Nothing was off limits. You could have some of what our classes like the more naughty foods was so different from anything I'd ever done before, where you start off all guns blazing, going for it from day one, and then your motivation slipping as the weeks go on. This was the opposite of anything I'd done before. It was just starting off really, really slow, and then each week gradually adding on, so it almost becomes a habit. The things that you were doing in week 1, 2, 3, it was becoming habitual. So then as the weeks sort of progressed, it's a lifestyle. It's a complete lifestyle change. At the beginning, what I didn't like about it was more my understanding of what I was signing up for, really. My expectation, and thinking back now, that come from within me. I thought it was going to be another quick fix PT coaching program, which it's obviously quite unique. It's not like anything I've ever done before. So I suppose it was more led by my expectation of what I thought rather than what Chris delivered. And then you really start to see value in the coaching and the questions, and obviously the exercises that we're doing throughout. I into him as an individual because he's just driven and he's determined, and he'll be a great success because he's got all of the elements required to, succeed. And he's real. He keeps it real. You can just be human. You can be normal. You're not having to put on a show with Chris. It's just very much, there were tears. There were all on some of the coaching calls, and Chris just kept reminding me that, that's reality, and that I wasn't alone, that many others were going through sort of similar situations without divulging confidences. It was always just, you felt like you had his complete confidence. He had your back. He would check in with you because he's great at what he does, and he'll go on to help loads of other people like me doing this, and I don't think if I hadn't have done this course, I certainly wouldn't have been in the state of mind that I am now. I just feel like I'm in a great place. For me, it would be about trying to change people's mindset around investing in themselves, because that's certainly how I always seen it. It felt like an extravagance. It's the best investment that I've ever made, because as a result, I believe it helped me focus with work. It made me work harder. I generated more income anyway, and it's given me a greater confidence. So I think you've just got to look at the bigger picture, dive in, invest in yourself, because it will change everything. It has a knock-on effect on every aspect of your life. I'm taking control back of my life, and he helped me do that. And it wasn't just the fitness thing, you know, I've got my own business, and it really helped goal setting within my business, and that's flourishing. I'm doing really well at the moment, and I do put some of that down to what I did with Chris in the coaching program. Massively different in the sense that I've got a lot more respect for myself. It's helped me sort of look at all aspects of my life and look at what's important. It's really helped me to understand, you know, what, like I say, what my priorities are. It really brings you back down to the basics, you know, strips it all back and just, what's it all for? Why are you doing it all? So I just think as a person, I'm so much happier, so much more like in control of my own life, and I'm just on a journey now of that whole learning to love yourself again, learning to kind of understand that actually, if you're not happy with the way you operate and the way you turn up, how can you possibly be there for others and all of these things that's important to you in life? You know, it's been quite groundbreaking as well as a mum to be able to show my sons that, you know, this is what can be achieved, you know, if you put your mind to it. And it's all part of that goal setting mentality, isn't it? It's just changed my whole I'm just a happier person, just, you know, more fulfilled in every way, really. You know, it's a good feeling to finish it and think, God, I did that. Even admitting that, you know, I think a lot of people are they find it difficult to be able to pat themselves on the back. I certainly did, you know, because it's about putting in these goals, but then giving yourself rewards. And I never rewarded myself by sort of acknowledging, wow, you've done that, you've done well, you've done good. And I'm learning to do that more now. I'm learning to be proud of the journey that I've been through, and actually thinking, you know, you come out the other end and it makes you stronger. And I mean everything, you know, obviously not just this coaching program, but particularly when you go through something like this and you set these goals and then you hit them, you cannot help but be absolutely proud.